We live in a world that worships hustle, where exhaustion is a badge of honor and rest feels like a rebellion. But what if stopping isn't giving up? What if it's a strategy? What if the most powerful thing you could do for your health, your leadership, and your creativity is to pause? Today, we're reclaiming rest as resistance, because sometimes the most radical act of strength is simply to stop. Welcome to InspireAbility, the platform where we talk about real-life resilience beyond buzzwords and perfection. I'm Ruby, and I want to begin with a confession. I used to equate rest with failure. If I wasn't producing, helping, or showing up for someone, I felt guilty. After my accident, rest became non-negotiable, but I still fought it. I tried to push through to prove I was still capable, until one day my body said no. That's when I realized rest isn't passive, it's protective. So today, let's dismantle the myth that rest is a privilege. Rest is a human right, and for many of us, it's an act of resistance. In the professional world, rest is often viewed as weakness. You hear it in phrases like "I'll sleep when I am dead" or "You've got to grind to shine." We're conditioned to see stillness as stagnation. For me, it started long before my disability. I was a manager, a mother, a multitasker. My worth was tied to my workload. Even after my accident, I carried that mindset into recovery, attending calls from my hospital bed and replying to emails between therapy sessions. It wasn't resilience. It was fear that if I slowed down, I'd be forgotten. But constant doing isn't sustainable. It's survival mode disguised as dedication. And when you live in that mode for too long, your body eventually collects the debt. When you ignore rest, your body and mind send subtle reminders: headaches, irritability, forgetfulness, burnout. But the modern world calls those minor setbacks instead of warning signs. I learned the cost firsthand. Ignoring fatigue led to complications in my recovery. My body was begging for stillness, but I mistook the signals for weakness. Professionally, I saw the same pattern in others: carers, educators, managers, people burning out while trying to prove they were indispensable. But here's the truth: the world doesn't need our exhaustion, it needs our wholeness. And when we rest, we're not withdrawing. We're replenishing the energy that sustains our purpose. Boundaries are where rest begins. They sound like, "No, I can't take that on right now. I need a break before I continue. My health matters as much as the deadline." Every no is an act of leadership. Every pause is a recalibration. Setting boundaries taught me that productivity without sustainability isn't success. It's self-neglect, and saying no doesn't make you less committed. It makes you more effective. In fact, the best leaders don't just manage time. They manage energy, because when you protect your energy, you protect your excellence. Rest isn't just emotional. It's biological and strategic. Neuroscience tells us that during rest, the brain consolidates memories, strengthens creativity, and restores focus. It's not wasted time. It's integration time. Athletes train with rest cycles. Musicians pause between notes. Writers find clarity in silence. So why do we treat rest as optional in our professional lives? When we normalize rest breaks, mental health days, flexible work, we're not losing productivity, we're improving retention, creativity, and morale. This is where rest becomes resistance against systems that glorify burnout and measure worth by exhaustion. Rest is not retreat, it's a rebellion against a culture that tells us to prove our worth through pain. When I rest now, I do it intentionally, not because I'm weak, but because I'm wise, because I know that every pause is preparing me for my next contribution. And when others see me rest without apology, it gives them permission to do the same. That's how change begins, quietly, one decision at a time. So the next time you feel guilty for resting, remember this: rest is not a break from your purpose. It's part of your purpose. If this episode spoke to you, take a moment right now, yes, right now, to pause, breathe. Feel the power in doing nothing for a few seconds. That's not weakness. That's alignment. Let me know in the comments, what is one way you will build rest into your routine this week without guilt? Like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs a reminder that pausing is part of progress. No matter the challenge, remember, you can live fully, thrive with support, and keep moving forward with hope. This is InspireAbility. Let's rise together, uniquely us.